This is not an SEO is dead video. No, we are far from it. SEO is still effective, but if you're just doing SEO or just paid search or relying heavily 90% on Google search for online visibility, then probably you've missed out a lot of opportunities to grow your online brand further. So in this video, I'm going to share with you what is happening right now and what are the 2 things you should start doing now to increase your chance to win. First, AI changes everything. People are skeptical about the content they find on Google search because AI content is everywhere right now on Google. People can smell those AI generated content. I don't think Google can't detect AI content, but the thing is what they can do about it. On one hand, Google is pushing so hard on AI-powered search features, Gemini, but on the other hand, is also struggling to make sure those results are actually helpful in order to keep the users on Google. So what would happen? Google is boosting firm sites like Reddit on search result page is all over the place. Like this one, healthy food near me. Reddit results appear on the top, and not just for informational queries. For some transactional search like best Christmas movie, Reddit even ranks in the top 3, outranking IMDb, Netflix. This is crazy. And not just Reddit, social platforms like LinkedIn is also getting boosted a lot. That happens for e-commerce as well. So from a recent study by Kevin Indig, discussion and forums account for over 30% of the search result page features for product keywords. It's just no longer so easy to get visibility for site with just organic search. Second, Google is boosting its own properties like YouTube videos, maps on search result page because it doesn't want the users to leave the Google ecosystem. This is really how Google keep making money. It's not so hard to find that for a lot of search queries. Google is boosting its other own properties like this one, lemon cake recipe search queries. Those video results are just getting really prime positions for attention. And guess what? A recent study from Spectral shows that almost 30% of all clicks go to platforms that Google owns. And third, zero-click searches. Almost 60% of searches end up with no clicks. And my prediction is that when more users are using AI search engines for answer, Google start rolling out again on its AI overviews or generate experience, zero-click searches will just keep increasing, and which means you shouldn't just rely on SEO or organic search for online visibility. And fourth, which has already happened, is the death of browser cookies. Starting earlier this January, Google has started blocking third-party cookies for 1% of Chrome users, and we expect to fully roll out by end of this year. And the effectiveness of search advertising will no longer be as effective as it used to be. ROAS will be lower, bidding costs will be higher. And this is where we are now. So what does it mean to you as a brand owner or marketer? It is to shift from a transaction-driven approach to community-centric approach that prioritizes authenticity and first-tier connections. When AI is becoming the mainstream, people will react in the exact opposite way because by that time, barrier to information access will be so low and it's no longer a differentiation for brands. Authenticity will be so rare and it will become highly valuable and makes you or your brand stand out. And this is what people need. They want real humans. In fact, Gartner's also make the prediction that customers may shift their behavior and seek out AI-free brands that prioritizing authenticity and ethics. What is important here is not about using AI or not, it's how you can retain and reinforce that authenticity even when AI is here. And this is what you can't simply and easily achieve with just doing SEO or search alone. Because building community is not the main priority for search, it's purely based on search intent, it's transactional. So having this community first approach will give you the biggest control back to you and makes you become AI proof. In fact, this is also why some big brands are already using this strategy. For example, Lego is create a community called Lego Ideas that gather community members to share their own Lego ideas through UGC content. Another example from Sephora's Inside Beauty community site that allows members to exchange their beauty tips. Chances are you may not have such massive resources to build a community site yourself. So here are 2 things that no matter you're big or small brand, you can start doing now. The first thing that is to start a YouTube for a brand. Yes, YouTube. YouTube is the second largest search engine after Google. There is a massive target audience already on this platform. And I bet very likely your ICP is already active on this platform as well. It also has the highest average time per visit among the top 5. It's a more engaging channel than organic search. But it isn't only a search engine. It's actually a search plus social community hybrid. That means you can use it to deploy the community-driven strategy at the same time. Another amazing fact is that almost 90% of YouTube traffic is from direct, which is only 2% less than Google search. And that means users are heading to YouTube directly for searching. And this is an amazing opportunity that you don't want to miss investing in. Another bonus is that YouTube is one of the properties of Google. Just like what I said earlier, it has a natural advantage because Google is giving a lot of boost to YouTube videos on its search result page. And it's not just Google, it's also all over the place from those rising AI search engines, Copilot, ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, and many others. And this will give you a massive visibility boost for your online brand. Like one of my videos about Google Gemini, it's so easy to take the first spot on search result page because Google is boosting it. YouTube is literally the quickest hack if you want more online visibility. Now you may argue other social platforms can do the same. Yes, for some niche like lifestyle, beauty, perhaps TikTok and Instagram is better to apply this community-centric approach. But from a traffic driving standpoint, YouTube is still the best. There are just so many places that you can add a clickable link, homepage banner, video description, comments, versus on TikTok or Instagram, it's just so hard to add a clickable links besides the homepage bio unless you play ads. And the fact is, YouTube is the top 2 visit websites with a massive audience after Google. Just make it so unique compared with TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And this is also why personally I decided to go all in on YouTube. Now I know what you're thinking. Video has a high production cost and is so difficult to start. And this is exactly why you should start now, because brands often think video has a high entry barrier, and so competition is less keen for the same niche that is on the open web. And the fact is, the barrier is really not as high as you think, particularly now we have AI. And here are 3 tips that I can give. The first tip is, don't think about putting lots of investment in the production quality or editing, because what really matters is your brand value and authenticity that's able to build a genuine connections with your audience. Like my case, I'm just using my iPhone to do the recording. Nothing really high-tech. And the second tip, repurpose your best content in your video. If you have been publishing blog articles with SEO, you can either use some AI tools to turn your blog into videos or just film yourself talking in front of the camera, which I recommend because that will reinforce that human connection, which is key. And the third tip is use real humans whenever possible. And there are really lots of different ways you can do it, and not necessarily just educational content. You can do interviews, feature demos, reviews, casual talks like this one, a local service business, BDO Canada. They also have a variety of video content to build genuine connections. And also this one, another service business, Care. Notice how they use real humans to build that connection and a sense of community. And this is really why every brand can start doing it now. Now some of my thoughts regarding long form video versus short form videos. Personally, I do not recommend using short form videos, and you also notice that this is not the strategy I have used on my channel because our goal is to build that first tier connections and authenticity, and this is why I found short form videos just can't do well compared with long form videos. With that really limited amount of attention span, like 30 seconds to 1 minute, it's really hard to convey your brand message or personality and build a genuine connection using short form content. It may be a good tactic to enforce that if your brand is already very well known and has a decent community, then doing short form video can help. But if you're a completely new brand not having enough visibility, then you need longer form video to make that deeper connections. When I say long, it's not like 30 minutes or an hour long. I'm talking about at least 10 minutes video versus like a 30-second YouTube shorts. The second thing I highly recommend is start building an email list for your brand. Again, this is also something I've been actively doing. So this email list is not necessarily your customer list, but anyone that has shown interest in your brand, product, or services. And one of the best ways to build it is by starting a newsletter. The reality is not every visitor from search is ready to buy, but with these email lists, you can use email marketing to do the work for you in the last mile and help you to convert those cold search traffic into warm leads and potentially turn them into a customer. The thing is, email always lands directly to your audience mailbox compared with the crowded search result page. So this is the direct and personal communications that we need to build that authenticity. And like what I said, cookieless is the future, and ad targeting will only get more and more challenging. I'm not saying that you shouldn't spend $1 on ad. Sometimes it's still an effective tactic if your brand is very new and you need some immediate traction. What I mean is you shouldn't just placing ads, just doing SEO without an email marketing strategy in place, because then you will miss out a lot of opportunities that you will definitely regret. No matter how YouTube algo change, Google algo change, Instagram algo change, you are able to target those people with the real context at any time. It can be applied to any industry, B2B SaaS, service or products, e-commerce, and there are few ways you can do it. You can either start distributing a monthly newsletter and include a sign-up box across a website, or like this example from Bava, you can leverage existing blog content or sections and put the CTA form in the middle, so increasing the chance that people will be opt-in. If you want to make your newsletter sign up as the primary call to action, then you can even leverage your existing social media space to convert your audience into warm lists. I'm not going to deep dive into a tutorial how to build a newsletter system, but let me know in the comments if I should do another video on this. But personally, I use ConvertKit, other popular choices you can consider like MailChimp, Klaviyo, or some more affordable options like Behave. So ultimately, the point is not stop doing SEO. You still need to do what it works for you today, but you need to start understanding what is the state of search right now and what are the direction it is heading, and stop pivoting using a cohesive and well thought content marketing strategy with a focus to build an engaging community. This will for sure give you a much higher chance to keep dominating the online space. If you enjoyed this video, please show me your support by giving me a thumbs up and even consider subscribing to my channel if you love this type of content. And before you go, I highly encourage you to also watch my other video about how to survive in an AI search if you're heavily relying on SEO for getting visibility. In that video, I talk more about the actions that you can take specifically for AI search. See you soon.